Also said, quote, every day diminishes our chances of going forward. A little bit different tone there. Shannon, what is going on here?
Skip, this is the way I look at it. If I'm Jerry Jones, before the possibility of you signing Odell, what did you think your playoff chances were? If Odell didn't exist, what did you think Jerry think his playoff chances was? He thought he had a pretty good chance. He probably thought he had a chance to get to the Super Bowl. I don't see how signing or unsigning or not signing changes that, especially not signing him.
All right.
I don't think that changes him. But it just goes to show you, Skip, when you make a rash decision. Now, you see, if you'd have kept Amari Cooper, you wouldn't be in this predicament. No matter what you think about Amari Cooper, he's better than Noah Brown. No matter how there's no way around
but
that.
he's making $20 million.
But Skip, maybe go to him and ask him, okay, we don't see you as a $20 million guy. Would you be ready to do this? Okay, we'll give you a chance to get back to $20 million.
Yep.
But we give you a base salary of this and the others being incentives. But when you just release the guy for a fifth-round pick, and then you see what Tyreek goes for, and then A.J. Brown and all these other receivers, number one receivers go for. You mean to tell me you could only get a fifth-rounder? Because they know you wanted to get rid of him. So I say all that, Skip. If you sign Odell, you're going to put him on injury reserve. That means you put him on injury reserve, he's going to miss at least the wild card game. But the uncertainty, 5 weeks, he said, Michael Parsons said, 5 weeks. 5 weeks to do what? I'm ready to go, put the uniform on me, and let's get to work. Or 5 weeks before I'm able to put the uniform on and go to practice. And then I agree with Jerry. The longer this thing goes, Skip, the less likely it is he's going to be able to be on the team and contribute. And Jerry's already said, bro, I need you to do at least one play this season. So I think the likelihood of him signing, I agree with Jerry, is diminishing as the days go. T.Y. Hilton, they signed last week. He wasn't active.
Nope.
But Kellen Moore said the guy that showed up in December, he's picked up the system fairly well.
That's what they said.
I think it's going to be hard. Now, I'm going to be surprised. If he's not active this week, I don't see a scenario in which he's not active next week. That's T.Y. Hilton.
This is classic vintage Jerry Jones. When he decides, he decides. And he decided that he loves Odell on and off the field.
Okay.
He wants him around. He wants to be able to hang with him, socialize with him, befriend him to the point of making Odell like a son to Jerry Jones. But Jerry also has some, even though he is the super salesman out there, he can sell oil in the Middle East, Jerry Jones could.
Yeah.
But the point is, he's also got some bully in him, in like a benign bully way, where he just, once he decides, he's just going to he's going to about club you over the head with it, like, we're going to do this right now. He decided Odell is magic.
Right.
He decided that Odell can make one magical play to win one big game, be it the NFC Championship game or, dare I say, knock on wood, the Super Bowl. He decided he was worth the investment of $1 million or so right now to say, come rehab on my dime with my people in our house, get to know the fellas, get to know the way of our world, and just hang with us and kind of get steeped in our tradition as you prepare mostly for next year.
Right.
But I need you to try to get ready for this year.
Right.
So the only real advantage to Odell for Jerry is if, and I know it's a long shot, that Dallas gets to the NFC Championship game and Odell gets ready to play in the NFC Championship game. So I know for a fact, I was told Odell was extremely intrigued by all things Jerry and Dallas. I've said I believe he's born to play for the Dallas Cowboys at some point in his career.
Okay.
But Odell does not want to play this year because he's not ready to play.
Exactly.
Not here or not down there. He's not ready. It's not right. I was even told he's still walking with a little bit of a favorite. You know, he's favorite. It's not ready.
Got a little hitch in his gear.
Okay, just a little hitch. So Jerry is just like berating him in the Jerry, you know, over-enthusiastic way. Let's go. Let's do this right now, because it would be a big signing. It would be a big bombshell story. We'd be talking about it for half the show.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, they do sign him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't play. Man, I mean, what was like all this promise is like.
And then I know for a fact he asked Jerry, and you got to do this on a handshake, on a man-to-man. We just have our word is our bond. Jerry, I need you to take care of me once then we get through this year and we go into next year. Then I need a deal.
No, I ain't follow that one.
Okay, well, you got to trust. And Jerry told him, I was told, you can trust me. I will take care of you next year with a long-term deal.
Man, do you know how many people done been up in the lawyer's office talking about because they trusted them that they got before the judge? They got before God and the minister.
You're not telling me.
With these promises I do. These promises I do make.
I got it. But Jerry has been known.
Jerry's known to be a man of his word. If he tell you going to do something, you normally do it.
And the other thing about Jerry is, once you become like a son, it's till death do you part, because you can retire as a Dallas Cowboy and he will take care of you.
But what if Odell has a John Q moment? All of a sudden he doesn't shine this year. And then he goes into the offseason and that knee feeling good. And he has a John Q where he has a change of heart. All of a sudden, somebody's offering him a little bit more than what Dallas can offer.
Okay, because if you don't make this quote unquote unwritten deal with Dallas, you can just go on the market and you can go wherever you want to go.
Exactly.
And I'm assuming Odell's starting to lean back toward, maybe I should just wait a little bit here and see what's out there for me.
I just think the thing for me, $1 million is not as appealing to Odell. I get what he said, that what Jerry told him, that I'll be willing to take care of you at a later date and time.
I got it.
But I think $1 million is not as appealing it'd be appealing to me a bit.
Well, it's not chump change.
No.
I don't think it's chump change to Odell, but to your big picture point, no, it's not that big a deal to him.
Because what did he tell him? I want the bag.
He told him, I want the bag. And Jerry told him, I know, but you can rehab on my dime.
Right.
And right now he's rehabbing, I think, in Phoenix and L.A. on his own dime.
Right.
And it's, as you know, it's not inexpensive to do.
No.
So that would be nice. And I think they wined and dined him and they took him to the Maverick game. And he got a little swept up in the emotion of every Dallas Cowboy is like saying, please, please, please come be with us. And yet, all of a sudden, the pressure is starting to mount on Odell to get ready for a possible NFC Championship game. And it's very possible to me, from a distance, if I can sort of read the tea leaves, that Odell slept on it one night and said, wait a second, what if they do get to the NFC Championship game and the whole locker room is saying, Odell, you ready? Because he's not going to be ready.
No.
Right? And so I don't know that he wanted the pressure from Jerry and Micah and D-Law and Dak and, all of them just saying, Odell, go. We need you.
For me, Skip, I would, in this situation, considering that I've had this, they've worked on this knee for the second time in 3 years. Skip, I'm sorry, and I know it's a great opportunity, but I'm going to have to sit this one out until that thing's 100%. I ain't going to even lie to you, Skip. And I feel like if I come back now, not only am I putting pressure on myself to get there, I'm allowing them to put pressure on me to get there. So now I got pressure on two different sides trying to force me to be a place I might not be ready to be. And Skip, peer pressure more.
Hey, and listen, Jerry's force field, once you get inside of it.
You got Jerry, you got your teammates, because that's what happened. Hey, bro, you going to be ready to go? Because I've been there. I've been in that treatment room. Hey, I bet I ain't even worried about it. I already know Sharp going to be there. The lights come on, Sharp going to be ready.
And you're like, wait a second.
I bet, bro. No. Mike comes down there, hey, 84, we got you in the game plan this week. They be gassing me. I'm like, what? For real? Yeah, you took a look at the game plan? I'm like, no, I ain't seen it yet. Oh, yeah, you might better take a look at that thing. We gonna need.
That's what Odell's thinking right now. Like, I don't know if I want to be part of this.
So, hey, that peer pressure, man, I'm telling you.
That's what's happening.
It's a very real thing, guys. He has been spending a lot of time in Phoenix, hanging out with Devin Booker, as a matter of fact.
Great game in that Super Bowl, except. What would you say?
Russell Wilson in the
Super Bowl against the
Patriots.
Except that.
Because in the first Super Bowl against Denver, he was really good.
So now you're telling me, well, Dak played a really game, except it's that except that caused you to get beat. It's the except that caused them to get back in the ball game.
I understand that, and you are exactly right about that. And I got big issues with that because in the end, that will send you home. In a game that matters, that will.
You remember Green Bay, right? 14-point lead.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm about to get to that. But in the biggest picture, Jerry's point is that he played well enough to win the game, except for the one, but it's just one. It's just one big blunder. Well, it wasn't a horrible game, right? It wasn't one of those games that makes you sit back and say, oh, my God, how can we overcome that guy? We can't win with that guy. Nobody thought that in the locker room after the game. We can't win with Dak Prescott.
But as obviously you rally together, you stay with your troops, but as an objective observer, I'm looking.